there's a whole load of gas under your feet right now. Possibly. So much so, in fact, that extracting it has made the US the largest producer in the world and could help fulfill its energy demands for years to come, not to mention employing tens of thousands. And that's why fields throughout America and increasingly the rest of the world are full of people fracking. Steady now. This controversial drilling technique has sparked allegations of false information and cover-ups on both sides. So here's some of the key points to help you make your mind up. Firstly, just what is fracking? Notebooks at the ready, here's a handy diagram.
So what modern operators do is pump large volumes of water and sand into the formation where it actually cracks the rock open, a whole bunch of tiny fractures, leaving the reservoir permeable to the oil and gas to come up to the wellhead.
The problem is there's some serious potential side effects, including earthquakes. A site near Blackpool in the UK was suspended earlier in the year after 2 small tremors shook the area and was only reopened under carefully controlled circumstances in April. And it's emerged that the earthquake in Lorca, Spain in 2011, which killed 9 people, was caused by sucking water out of the ground, altering its structure. So activists were far from happy when permission was given to build a well within just a mile of Pennsylvania's Beaver nuclear power plant, many accusing the US government of covering up or ignoring the dangers to pander to energy firms. Even the power plant released a statement saying it wasn't concerned. But shaking up the ground as well as energy bills isn't the only potential problem and controversy surrounding fracking. The water looks good, but let's see what happens when you set it on fire. No, really.
Just like that.
Oh. The claim goes a little like this.
If it's not done properly, the frac fluids can actually get out of the wellbore and contaminate water formations.
Which means that if for some reason you ever try and weld with the tap running, affected residents are understandably angry.
We don't know if we're trying to stop fracking. What we want to do is put a moratorium on it until they could find a better way to do it. The video series that I've been working on is called the Marcellus Shale Reality Tour. And the purpose of that is to show people that don't live here what people that are living here are going through.
Once you're damaged, you can't take it back. We'd love to live in our house again, and we can't. No.
No. Their home is empty. The home is empty, and it's very unmarketable.
There's a lot of problems other than methane. There are truck traffic. There are compression stations and pipelines being built everywhere, even in areas that don't have fracking going on. They say that there's been fracking for 60 years and no problems. That's a different kind of fracking they've been doing for years. This new form of fracking, which is hydraulic slick water horizontal fracking, has only been used for 10 years. So the fallacy that has been done safely for 60 years is bunk.
In 2010, a documentary called Gasland explored the dangers of fracking. It won lots of prizes, including a special mention at the Sundance Festival for its portrayal of the potential dangers that the energy industry allegedly doesn't want you to know about.
6 states have documented over 1,000 incidents of groundwater contamination.
It bubbles and hisses when it comes out. I won't drink it.
They can drill whether we like it or not.
It's a free-for-all. Our water was good before they started drilling. And when they got done, it was bad.
Plenty of critics say it didn't quite get it right, though, that seismic tremors occur whenever mining goes on, and methane's been leaking into the water systems long before fracking came along. So campaigners, including gas companies, created Truthland, a counter-documentary in which a woman whose sole expertise was, toured the US speaking to sympathetic experts and people who still had flaming tap problems, despite their water being frack-free. The message being that the whole thing was safe as houses, just not a house near a natural gas source.
If people are detecting methane in their well, there are a number of sources. There's almost no likelihood or possibility that methane could migrate laterally from a natural gas well
The lady told me don't smoke in the shower. And I wondered what she was talking about.
Has there been any drilling around here?
No, there's no drilling around there. There's no problems.
So no drilling, no fracking?
No fracking. You can't frack in New York.
Whoa!
That's what happens when you smoke in a shower.
At least you dry quickly. So critics with some expert backing say that environmentalists are actually covering up the relative safety of fracking to try and curb the fossil fuel industry. Environmentalists, on the other hand, say it's all a cover-up, that the gas companies and government are in cahoots to provide cheap domestic gas, whatever the cost. And it's the little people whose kitchens are being turned into Bunsen burners that are going to suffer. So now you've got the basics, what do you think? Has your coffee become flammable since the frackers came to town? Post your video responses and comments below and we'll play out some of the best next week.